Welcome to the Big C Works podcast, where we explore the intersection of business, technology, and human potential in our rapidly evolving world. I'm your host, and today we're diving deep into one of the most dramatic transformations happening in the professional services industry right now. Big C Works is your go-to source for cutting-edge insights on business transformation, leadership evolution, and the future of work. We bring you analysis, stories, and perspectives that matter to leaders navigating tomorrow's challenges today. That's today's episode of the Big C Works podcast. I hope this gave you some valuable insights into the dramatic transformation happening in the consulting industry and what it means for the future of work. For the complete analysis, additional insights, and more content exploring the intersection of business, technology, and human potential, please visit us at https://bcd-W. You'll find the full article we discussed today, plus many other thought-provoking pieces that will help you navigate tomorrow's business landscape. Thanks for listening, and until next time, keep evolving. Today's episode is titled, Consulting Doesn't Die. It simply evolves into new forms. We're examining how AI disruption is triggering what many are calling a consulting industry collapse, with projections showing the industry could shrink by 20 to 30%. But is this really the end, or just the beginning of something entirely new? Let's start with what's happening right now. The numbers are staggering, and frankly, they're impossible to ignore. McKinsey, that century-old consulting powerhouse, just announced its largest layoffs in its 100-year history. We're talking about cutting from 45,100 employees down to 40,000. That's over a 10% reduction. But McKinsey isn't alone. PwC laid off 1,500 people in their U.S. operations. Deloitte canceled or reduced 127 federal contracts. And perhaps most telling of all, McKinsey completely stopped MBA recruitment in the U.S. last fall. Think about that for a moment. These firms built their entire model on recruiting the brightest minds from top business schools. Now, where are those Harvard MBA graduates going instead? Google, OpenAI, or they're starting their own companies. The talent pipeline that fed the consulting industry for decades is being redirected toward tech companies and entrepreneurship. But here's what's really driving this transformation: artificial intelligence. IBM estimates that 45% of current consulting work can be automated. NTT's analysis suggests 40% of consulting revenue faces direct threats from generative AI. For decades, consulting firms dominated through two key advantages: exclusive access to information and deep talent pools. Strategy development required months, sometimes over a year of research, interviews, and premium insights. But now, information is available on the internet, and AI provides refined interpretation faster than any human team. The consulting model is being fundamentally rewritten. Clients no longer want to buy reports, they want results. They want execution, not just recommendations. So the question becomes, is consulting finished? Absolutely not. What's crumbling is the traditional consulting operational model. And emerging in its place is something I call practical consulting. Execution-focused, results-driven consulting. This new paradigm operates on a completely different assumption. Strategy and execution aren't separate phases. They exist on a continuous spectrum. The new consultant doesn't say, do this, and leave. They say, let's do this together, or I'll do this myself. These are professionals who dive directly into the field. They read markets firsthand, interpret regulatory environments, engage with users, and test new possibilities in real time. They're not just advisors, they're operators. The AI-era super consultant needs three core capabilities. First, the strategic vision of what I call a fractional executive, someone capable of complex strategic thinking, who can step into C-suite roles temporarily or part-time. Second, the operational instincts of an operator, someone who can design problem-solving approaches and orchestrate organizations to get things done. Third, the flexibility of a connector, someone who can bridge industries, regions, clients, and partners, creating value through relationships and networks. When you combine these three capabilities, you get professionals who are equipped to thrive in the new consulting landscape. Now, existing consulting firms won't disappear entirely, but they're transforming from hierarchical pyramid structures into platform-based brands for super consultants. Think of it as a shift from traditional employment to network-based collaboration. Picture this: global networks where AI-equipped individuals operate as independent executors and collaborators. Each brings unique expertise and tools, while flexibly combining for specific projects to solve client problems. It's modular, it's agile, and it's incredibly powerful. This represents something much bigger than one industry's transformation. We're witnessing the democratization of business decision-making and the construction of execution-centered, connected ecosystems. Companies are building internal strategy teams, leveraging AI-based tools, and calling upon global super consultant networks as needed. It's collaboration rather than employment, field execution rather than reports, modular communities rather than pyramids. The AI consulting market itself tells the story of where we're headed. In 2024, it was valued at $8.8 billion. By 2033, it's projected to reach $73 billion. That's a compound annual growth rate of over 26%. But here's what's fascinating. This isn't just about technology replacing humans. It's about humans and AI working together in entirely new ways. The consultants who will thrive are those who can seamlessly integrate AI capabilities with human insight, strategic thinking with hands-on execution, independence with connectivity. These new consultants won't be the suit and conference room stereotype. They'll be professionals who connect cities, bridge digital and physical realms, and move beyond survival to become the face of new leadership driving change. They'll work from co-working spaces in Singapore one week, client offices in Sao Paulo the next, and their home office for virtual strategy sessions. They'll use AI to analyze market data, but they'll also have coffee with customers to understand their real pain points. The future of consulting is about results, relationships, and real-world impact. It's about professionals who can think strategically, but also roll up their sleeves and execute. It's about building bridges between what's possible and what's practical. We're standing at the starting point of this transformation right now. The question isn't who survives the disruption. It's who emerges from it stronger, more capable, and more valuable than ever before. If you're a consultant, a business leader, or someone thinking about entering this space, this is your moment. The old rules are being rewritten. The new opportunities are being created. And the professionals who understand this shift and position themselves accordingly will be the ones who shape the future of business problem solving. Consulting doesn't die, it evolves. And that evolution is happening right now, all around us.